Online dating has quickly become popular in the modern age, but behind the screen, dating scams are increasingly on the rise, especially during the holidays.
The horror. Joining us this morning with more on the dating scams to look out for is matchmaker and dating expert Susan Trombetti. Susan, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Susan. It's so great to see you. This was actually this was a talker in the newsroom.
Yes.
What are the signs of a potential scam?
Well, the number one sign is they ask you for money. Never send it.
Could you imagine?
No.
Straight out the gates. Hi, darling. I love your eyes. Can you Venmo me 10 grand?
No, it's never Venmo. It's always, here's my Cash App.
Oh, good gosh.
And by the way, it's the biggest venue online dating for these financial frauds. That's where it's at now.
Huh. Okay. Well, let's talk about some of these, the most common scams. They have names. Let's get into the Dirty John Con.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Dirty John Con, this is somebody, and it does fall under, romance scams, but not necessarily catfishing, because they can use their own name, and they are just really hiding their past. So think of investigation discovery. Who the bleep did I marry? So you would not be marrying them if you knew who they really are. And, sometimes it's criminals. Sometimes they're just, pretending to be somebody extremely respectable and smart and a doctor, whatever. And so anyway, so you want to be careful. So they usually will marry you or get in deep with you. And as you're covering the trails of, trying to uncover the trails of your money losses, the lies will be building up. And so this is kind of like the Dirty John Con.
Oh my goodness.
So happens a lot.
I am appalled. The Dirty John Con,
is
only to be outdone by the beautiful woman scam.
Not the beautiful woman scam.
This is unbelievable, Susan Trombetti.
So this could kind of fall under catfishing. And I have to tell you, this has really happened here in New York. I uncovered one for a man, but it happens on a regular basis. So it's usually a beautiful woman and her partner, be it her boyfriend or her husband, and it's a big con. And eventually, she'll give you all these excuses why she can't meet you, blah, 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 blah. But she will show up and you will think she's your girlfriend pretty long term. And eventually you'll uncover that she has another name on Facebook or whatever. And the person that I uncovered, he was still dating her. But your friends will be running into her in restaurants with her man.
Oh, come on.
The beautiful woman's
definitely add up to being something strange.
Susan, do you watch The White Lotus?
I watched the first episode. I'm just really bad about that.
Well, let me tell you something. Mike White took a page out of the beautiful woman scam one of the plot lines.
Mike White took all of these dating scams and just...
Oh, so this must be the Mike White scam.
Well, no, because I like Mike White.
Yes, I have a lot of questions for him. I'd like a full analysis of his brain. But we have another one. This is very troublesome to me. The military social media scammers.
Yeah, so you see these people. It happens to me frequently. Sometimes they're putting out these photos. They're definitely catfishing you. And they might be pretending to be this general, this good-looking, respectable general or admiral, but it could also be just a regular person in the military. And they're really, it's convenient because they're out of the country. They're after your money. They want you to deposit their paycheck. And of course, it's not going to clear, and pay their bills, send them money to come visit. They are preying on people that support the military, but they're also preying on people that are lonely. And this happens a lot. And you'll see, by the end of the day, Facebook, if they message you, they will have removed their profile a lot. And it's sad because they're preying on people, and they usually place themselves in positions of valor and honor. So you might see them in their uniform decorated at Arlington National Cemetery, but it's not really them.
This is
so they're just trying to con money.
Susan, these sound like scams that could happen year-round. What is it about the holidays that you see? Do you see an uptick? And if so, why do you think that is?
Well, yeah, I don't know so much that there's if you want to say the holidays, that there's an uptick, because it's all year round. And don't quote me on this. I think it was $1.3 billion lost due to these types of scams. They fall under catfishing and, financial scams. And so I will tell you, though, that it's usually the first Sunday of the month of January. It's the online dating Super Bowl. So you've got to be on guard, because that is when the most amount of people are out and they are ready to prey on you.
Okay,
so be careful.
Hold up. She buried the lead. The first Sunday in January. Is the online dating scam
Yes.
Super Bowl?
Well, no, it's the online dating Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
So it's the most, it's when the most amount of people, think of
on.
how everybody has New Year's resolutions.
Sure.
Yeah, so the most amount of people are online on that Sunday. So that's what I'm saying. The scammers, the financial scammers, this is their top
like their
venue,
Super Bowl.
and this is where they're going to be ready to prey on you. So be careful.
Can we circle back to that first list? We were talking about some of the signs
Oh,
of
when
the
they ask
potential
for money.
scams, because this is horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they usually break a date. So you often hear, "Oh my God, he's perfect, he's terrific."
Yep.
It could even be a woman. I haven't met him yet. Oh yeah, I'm going to meet him on this day. And then the date is, it doesn't happen. And there'll be some outrageous excuse as to why it didn't happen. So you want to look out for that. And usually they do have a job that, takes them way out of the country. So it's very convenient. And what I've found is a lot of them say, "You want to hop on the jet with me on that first date that they break? You can come with me," because they know no reasonable person is going to go on a first date with somebody and hop on a jet to Turkey.
Right.
The next one is they never find time for a video chat, or they're not clear, when you do see them. So there's stuff like that. You'll find that, oh my God, they profess love so early on. They're moving really fast. And if they seem too good to be true, perfect, they are. And a lot of very smart people will fall for this. Oh my God, it's perfect. It's everything I'm looking for. That's your number one sign right there, too.
Unbelievable.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
They study you.
What
They
do you
know
say?
they're professionals, They know how to work you. They're professional cons.
Well, on that note, sheesh.
We got to share these tips for the people.
Look out.
Susan Trombetti, thank you so much for joining us. Really useful tips. Merry Christmas to you.
Thanks for having me.
Of
Merry
course.
Christmas to you too. Bye-bye.